Like, I never grew up watching someone in medical school who looked like me, who went to the school that I did, who may have the same specialty interests as me. I've never done that. I never thought that you could lose monetization. I don't know why I never thought that, but I mean, it definitely makes sense. I swear it's not even that dark outside yet. The sun just started setting. I wouldn't say the sun started setting. My backyard is just like, there's a lot of trees. So it looks dark, but it's still daylight outside. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work before the sun completely goes away and this lighting is all gone. But I feel like my living room looks so nice and cozy right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Piper Jasmine, and today I'm gonna be discussing with you guys how YouTube has changed my life as a second-year medical student. I've been seeing this topic a lot on YouTube, and I kind of just wanted to share my journey with my channel and how it's kind of influencing me now as a medical student, just because I started off on YouTube in just a very crazy way. So yeah, if you guys are interested in hearing how YouTube and like social media as a medical student is, impacting me, maybe in a good way, positive, negative, in whatever way, then make sure you keep on watching because I'm about to drop some gems and maybe some unpopular opinions in this video. Okay, so we're gonna start with a little introduction about me. My name is Piper, and I am now a second-year medical student, which is starting to sound really weird to say because this whole past year, I've been saying I'm a first-year medical student, and I never, ever thought I was gonna be able to make it to second year, but I did, and now I can say I'm a second-year medical student. So on my channel, I post a lot of videos in relation to medical school. I'm posting advice videos for pre-meds, those in college, those in high school who are kind of just interested in medicine. I also post videos related to clothes and fashion. I used to be more of like a shopaholic back when I was younger, but now because I'm an adult and my mom thinks because I'm an adult, even though I'm not, I have bills to pay now. So I don't really shop as much anymore, but when I do like to share, the clothes I'm into and styles that I'm into. I feel like too, I guess I would say that my channel is primarily vlogging. I feel like probably vlogging and advice. I feel like it's very beneficial in me sharing my vlogging, my vlogs while I'm in medical school, just for people who are interested in medicine or in pre-med, are curious to see what it's like of a day in the life of a medical student. Because like medical school, it almost feels like its own little world, especially when you're a pre-med. It's like this world that you're trying to reach, and you just have to figure out how to reach it. And you hear so many things about medicine. So I feel like me sharing my life on YouTube and my day-to-day experience in medical school, I don't know, I feel like it just does help and inspire some people who might be wary or cautious about pursuing a career in medicine. Let's get into some background information about how I started my YouTube channel. So I actually started my YouTube channel back in high school, probably around, I want to say 9th grade. Yeah, I think it was 9th grade. I was very much so into YouTube when I was younger. I always watched Bethany Moda. I watched Tila Dunn, Summer McKeen, Leah XO. Bethany Moda was my girl though. Every time she had like a new collection in Aeropostale, guess who was there? Me. Yeah, I would be on YouTube a lot, honestly. Like, I loved YouTube. Kai Foster, she really inspired me to go to Howard. So I had always really wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I don't know why social media is just so weird these days. You just feel like if you try something new, like, people aren't going to genuinely support you. And I had always wanted to start a YouTube channel before like freshman year of high school. I was just scared to do it. And so I was in this honors English class, and we had this assignment. I forgot exactly what the assignment was, but it was basically a semester long project, and you had to choose some sort of platform to do something. So some people like made a website, some people made a newspaper, some people, I don't really know what else they did, but just to name some examples. And I was like, oh, maybe this can be the time for me to start my YouTube channel. I can make this 8th ninth grade project, a little segue for me to finally start a YouTube channel. It would be completely justifiable because it was for a project, when in reality I should have just done it because I wanted to. But all of these videos are unlisted and private too, so you guys will never be able to see the light of day, these videos. But my project was on healthier eating, and so on my channel I was sharing like healthy recipes. My mom was really into sometimes my mom gets really into nature and the environment and earth and stuff. So she was ordering these nature box, which are supposed to be really healthy snacks. So I was doing nature box snack reviews and day in the life of me in high school eating healthy. And that's really how I started my YouTube channel. And after that, and my teacher in ninth grade, she really doubted me too. She was like,
I really think people are gonna watch your videos and X, Y, and Z.
I have videos that were getting over 1,000 views. And if you guys were to look back at the quality of them and see how young and crazy I looked as a preteen, you'd be like, who watched these videos? Because I don't know who watched them either. But people watched them, and she was very impressed that I was able to edit videos and stuff like that. And I was also really into the whole editing and media sort of content in high school. I had taken I forgot what it was called. It was a intro to video and audio, some sort of media class where we had to film. We were split into groups and we had to film and edit videos. And then I was in a drama class. I was very much so into that. So I was very excited to find a plausible reason to create a YouTube account. I ended up moving in high school and had a little bit of depression, all of that. And I got back into YouTube after that project. The second time around, I forgot to say dates. I was in high school. My freshman year was 2015, freshman year of high school, because I graduated in 2019. So that was around 2015. I would say I kind of got back into YouTube around 2017, around my junior year of high school. That's when I started to post more, and I was actually really, really into makeup. I love to watch I'm sorry, she doesn't like to be called Aunt Jackie. I love to watch Jackie Aina, Jasmine, I forgot her last name, but the girl with curly hair is so beautiful. Used to love Jasmine. And I used to watch a lot of makeup reviews, and that's when the whole Kylie Cosmetics era started coming out. And I love the Kardashians too, so I was doing reviews on Kylie Cosmetics and Rachel Cantu. I love Rachel Cantu and Hailey Morales. So I was literally spending my weekends staying up till midnight just trying different makeup looks and recording different makeup tutorials. I was so into makeup back then, getting different palettes, reviewing the palettes, and that was my YouTube channel for a while. And then started vlogging in high school too. I started vlogging my senior year of high school because I was kind of I just want to remember these moments. And so I was just doing get ready with me in high school vlogs. One of my most popular videos on my channel is my prom get ready with me. It was my senior year prom, and that has 60k views or something. Just really wanted to start capturing the moments of senior year. So I was vlogging homecoming week, homecoming dance, spirit days, and all of that. And during that time I was starting to apply to college. So then my channel kind of took a shift from that makeup fashion lifestyle to more vlogging, student, and sharing my college application cycle. So I was also generating a lot of views during that time, posting all the medical schools that I applied to. I made reaction videos for every every undergraduate college that I got into. I was making reaction videos up when I got the decisions. I was sharing, I think I made a video on how I studied the ACT. I don't know. I also did a lot of AP reaction videos, and those generated a lot of views, which I always thought was interesting that people like to watch the AP reaction videos. And sometimes people would be so mean too. I never said I was Albert Einstein and a genius, okay? I'm just sharing to let you know you're not the only one who got that grade. It's okay, girl. Yeah, so people really love to see that student side and student success. And so I really had the momentum going in on my channel during that time, graduation and prom and my college application. My channel was really growing during that time period. That's when I had the most growth. And back to school hauls always did really well on my my channel back then. And like I said, that's just when I started experiencing a lot of growth. And into college, oh my gosh, my college move-in vlog did really well. And my channel was honestly like at its peak the summer before my freshman year of college. I had so many views and so many subscribers coming in who were pretty much invested in my journey because I was sharing like college dorm haul, college clothes haul, how I got into college, advice for senior advice who want to get into this school, how I got into this school. I did college tours. So my channel was riding an extreme high during that time. And when I got to college, I was just in another world and I like fell off the face of YouTube essentially. And I do have some regrets, but then I don't, because I do feel like when you're always in front of a camera and like sharing your life and recording, it's hard for you to like actually enjoy those moments of life. And so, you know, the summer going into college, I was so focused on YouTube and creating videos. And once I got there, you guys, I was having so much fun that I forgot about YouTube, which was crazy because that's when I was getting like a lot of brand deals and the clothes sent to me. And I literally just fell off the face of the planet. Like, your girl went to undergrad and she had a ball. Like, move-in week, the parties, the boys, like your girl was invested in the college life. And so I really fell off. I don't think I posted a video. I want to really say December of that year. And then COVID happened. So I probably could have done more during COVID too. I don't even remember what I did during COVID, honestly. I don't think I recorded that much during COVID. I was working and taking summer classes. And so I want to say sometime around after COVID is when I lost monetization of my channel. Maybe I lost it a couple of months into the school year of my sophomore year, but I definitely lost my monetization after about a year or two of not posting. And that was like, wait, what? Not that I was still bringing in a lot of money because I wasn't posting, but I would randomly just get paychecks from YouTube whenever I reached the threshold. People were still watching my videos, and I do think there were times where I went back and like changed the titles and changed the tags to make the search more recent for all of it. But yeah, I remember when I got that email and I was like, wait, you can do that? I never thought that you could lose monetization. I don't know why I never thought that, but I mean, it definitely makes sense. Like, you're kind of showing the platform you're not consistent. So yeah, I lost my monetization. I was still like, after that and throughout my junior year, I wasn't really consistent. I was posting a video once every couple of months. Maybe if I went on a trip or something, I would vlog it. But at that time, I had definitely lost my audience because I literally disappeared. So I lost the people who were kind of invested in my college journey and invested in my college life at the school. And I mean, if you watch my previous videos, you can probably figure out what school I went to. But because of that kind of made it hard to want to be a little bit more consistent, because I feel like sometimes YouTube can be discouraging for people when you feel like people aren't watching your videos and you're putting in all these effort into your videos, recording, setup, editing, and when you don't see the numbers, you feel a little discouraged. So I was just posting pretty randomly. And then senior year came again, and once again I was like, okay, I want to capture these moments. I don't want to forget senior year of college, because I knew that I was going to medical school right after college. I knew that because I had gotten in to some schools early. So when like spring semester came, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm really about to graduate. I documented like any of these memories in college, like maybe on Snapchat or whatever, but I never like vlogged really much of my life in college. And so I did a little mini series called College Diaries, which kind of just vlogged my last 12 days of school, like leading up to graduation. So that's when I was like trying to get consistent back into YouTube. And kind of when I did, I feel like I'm getting lost in the sauce with my memory. Not that this was just this wasn't super long ago, but just to make sure. Okay, so I did a couple of videos on my senior year. I did a couple of videos on applying to med school. But yeah, I did do a little mini series for graduation with my college diaries. And then I started pivoting my channel more to medical school since that was my next step. So definitely some of my earlier videos from this year around this time was about me discussing like, am I meant to go to medical school? Am I ready? My first apartment haul, back to school looks, back to school haul, prepare me. First apartment move in, just a lot more stuff trying to help pivot my channel to more of a medical school kind of thing now. And I feel like reflecting back on it, I didn't always have a solid niche to what my channel would be. You know, like at first I was starting off with healthy food and then school vlogs and high school clothes and then transitioning to giving college advice, to AP reactions, to literally like college movement and dropping off the face of the earth and then doing college dorm haul. And so now I feel like for the past couple of months I have been very consistent in exemplifying how my channel has moved towards tailoring more towards pre-meds, towards those interested in the healthcare field. And yeah, that's how we got here today. I think I have like over 300 videos that I've made, and I have like 9,500 905. Okay, I have almost 1 million views. I don't know how to say that number right now. It's just not registering in my mind. But I've generated almost 1 million views on my channel. And so I feel like I've had a lot of opportunities as well brought from YouTube that I want to share with you guys. And that was kind of a long introduction, but I feel like it was kind of needed to understand the state of my channel and how my channel like has grown and why it's grown. So I feel like one of the decisions that I had to make when I realized that I wanted to share a medical school on my channel is being comfortable with the fact that, you know, I'm kind of putting my life on the internet, and that's really looked down upon in professional positions, which is a whole separate video and conversation, which is also, and it's, you know, I feel like as a society, we will get to a point where we're going to have to accept how prominent social media is in everyone's lives. But anyways, I had to make that decision with, you know, putting my life on social media. And I think for me, it's kind of important to do so and to share medical school content because it's important to provide representation. Like, I never grew up watching someone in medical school who looked like me, who went to the school that I did, who may have the same specialty interests as me. I've never done that. Like, it's not really out there like that, you know. We don't have an Alex Earl who is a Black female, you know, physician in training. That just doesn't, social media doesn't do that. We just don't have that. And I feel like journey in the decision to pick medicine too is such a hard one, and it's such a big commitment, and it's scary. I like stuttered a little bit, I'm sorry. But it's scary to make such a big commitment, not knowing what it looks like, not knowing how you're going to end up, not knowing if you're going to be okay, because nobody talks about it. You don't see it on social media like that. Like, you don't know what to expect. You hear all these things about medical school and how draining, how tired, how you're going to have no life, how you're going to waste your 20s. And I'm here to tell you guys right now that I do have a life and I am enjoying my 20s. Matter of fact, after I finish this video, I'm going out with my friends Friday night. That's exactly what I'm doing, because you can do that in medical school. So I just feel like that's just very, like, it's just important to start diversifying medicine. And honestly, my own personal enjoyment when I see influencers who are Black female doctors doing this, sharing their journey. So I feel like, you know, I always love those videos because you can kind of relate to it. It's like, okay, they have the career that I want. They have a family, they're women, so it is doable. Okay, how are they balancing? Like, what are they doing? What are some of the rewards that they have seen from medicine? What are some of the hardships that they go through? And when you find creators and influencers who you can relate to, it kind of gives you a little bit of hope that all will be okay. And so I kind of was like, I'm going to do it. Now, I've definitely had to adjust some of my content and adjust what I can share. And I've learned a lot during my first year, you know, on what I should be sharing and what I shouldn't. in terms of school, everything is definitely a learning curve, but I don't think that there should be such a bad connotation with professionals, sharing stuff on social media, especially when it's meant to help other people and meant to educate people and guide people. So another, way that YouTube has started changing my life is that as a medical student, is that I've been able to really connect to a lot of pre-meds and other Black people interested in healthcare. And I think that's great because I've mentioned before in some of my videos how I kind of feel like my undergrad, I was so behind. And I remember I did like this panel sharing my medical school journey, and I was the only black girl on the panel. I remember in the panel, like everyone was preparing for medical school months in advance, and I had no idea the things that they were talking about. And I was like, what? Like, I just feel like as a Black woman, and I've had this conversation with other pre-meds too at my school, Black pre-meds, and it kind of just feels like you're not always supported, or that you're one step behind sometimes. Like, it's hard to explain. You just kind of feel a little behind sometimes, and that you don't have the support that you should have and that you should have the guidance as well that like other people may have. People may have, their parents might be doctors, so they know what to do. Their siblings may be doctors, and they kind of have a little bit more guidance and that oomph that you may not have. And I remember just thinking that panel, like, wow, I never knew any of that. I never knew when the portal opened. I never knew when I was supposed to be starting my personal statement. I never knew resources for the MCAT and like how to study for that. And I was so confused. All these other people who didn't look like me had this upper edge. And I was like, wait, like I didn't know any of this. And I just felt so behind and so like unprepared and not ready. And I like wanted to prevent other people from having that feeling, because that stuff happens, unfortunately, where minorities aren't always told information at the same rate as other people, or you're finding out information later, or it's just not emphasized to you earlier as it is to other people, because people might see your skin color and think, oh, like you're never going to get into medical school, or no, you would never be able to pass the MCAT or do this the first time. You're going to have to get a master's. People look at Black people sometimes, like, or even HBCU students sometimes, oh, their GPA is low, oh, their test scores are low. And I just wanted to prevent other people from just feeling behind and feeling like they just don't know anything, they don't know where to start, because I remember how that felt. And I feel like now, if I have the tools to kind of share my success, why not share it? You know what I mean? So, this platform has really been able to connect me to other pre-meds who don't really know what to do, who need a little bit of guidance, who need a little bit of advice. And like I said, if I've found even just a little bit of success, why not share it? Because at the end of the day, we all have the same goal of, making a difference in the healthcare system, becoming a physician, diversifying medicine, helping people and more. So why not like share the knowledge, come on now. Another way that YouTube has changed my life as a student is through collaborations and partnerships. I touched on this a little bit briefly when I was discussing like the timeline of my channel. I do feel like I have gotten more collaborations and partnerships a couple years ago, back when my YouTube channel was really rising, and during the whole close and try-ons and whatnot. So I've been able to partner with companies like Zaful, Quora, Dossier, and recently, now that we've talked about how I've pivoted my channel to being more like medical school and that sort of stuff, companies have reached out to me, and companies that, deal with research and MCAT preparation. However, I have definitely decided to take the route where I don't want to do an exchange of products for a video if I really liked it. I do think that I want to start taking content creation more seriously, and rather than just have, an exchange of a free product for a video, I did create some rates, and, I'm trying to pivot my channel more into a brand and trying to create long-lasting collaborations and partnerships, and I think that will be beneficial to my audience. And once again, treat it more job instead of like, oh, you're doing me a favor by, giving me this for in exchange of just mentioning the product. Because in actuality, filming and editing in medical school takes a lot of time, and just thinking about it, I don't think it's really fair to kind of invest that time in having a free product and just making a video for it. I just think my time is a lot more valuable now as a medical student, and I have to really fit YouTube into my schedule. So for a lot of these collaborations and partnerships lately, I definitely thank them for reaching out, but I've had to either politely kind of decline because it didn't really fit with the climate of my audience, or decline because they were more into affiliation. And I just don't think it kind of makes time for me to create videos for affiliation with the time that I have in medical school. But I am very appreciative that I've had opportunities to have collaborations and partnerships with companies and kind of work on like my business side of things with my channel. So I would say I feel like this is the one that most people are really interested about, but we're going to discuss how monetization has really impacted me, and is really changing my life as a second year medical student. I'm going to do a whole separate video on how I got my monetization status back and like how much I've made on YouTube later this month. But I would say monetization probably has the biggest impact for me because I'm now able extra set of income, and y'all, medical school is so expensive. Rent is so expensive, and there are times where I'm literally stressing about money and stressing with keeping up with my personal expenses and stuff like that. So YouTube has definitely been a blessing with the monetization because I really primarily use that money for all the trips that I go on to. Sorry, my eye is watering again. So I primarily use the money from monetization for my trips. So I just went to Houston last week, and I was able to do that because of YouTube. And really, my 2024 goal is to start investing half of my YouTube checks into an investment account to start investing while in medical school. And I'm just really hoping that my channel continues to grow and become successful, because it will also just really help with some of the cost of my student debt. And I think investing is going to be a really good big step for me because, if I continue doing this long term and putting a lot of energy and effort into my channel, hopefully, I'll see some great rewards from that and be able to continue to invest, and hopefully that can contribute to paying off some of my student loan. But yeah, so being able to monetize my videos has really been the biggest blessing for me this year, and I was able to regain my monetization back in like less than 6 months. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on that, but yeah, that was amazing. And so the last kind of thing that I would say about how YouTube is changing my life is that it gives me a break from medical school. Like, I know that I'm, kind of recording school, but the whole editing process of it all just gives my brain a break. Literally every day I'm looking at science, I'm looking at flashcards, I'm looking at some sort of cycle or diagram, and when I edit my YouTube videos, that's the first time that I'm able to be creative in a sense. I can choose a color, I can choose a font, I can choose an effect, I can choose a transition. I always say that I'm not naturally a creative person. I was never going to be a painter. I was never going to be a colorist. Like, I don't do any of that. I can barely play an instrument. I did play the clarinet, but only for like a year. So it really allows me to show my creativity. And I'm not the best editor in the world. I know that, but for me, that's creativity for me, like my standards and what I typically do. So I'm just very thankful. I just really enjoy that I can kind of take this as a hobby myself, kind of have free reign for what to do and creativity and all of that. Okay guys, so that was all I had to say and all I had to share for how YouTube has changed my life as a second year medical student. I hope this video was helpful for some of you guys and offered you some sort of encouragement, or for you to even relate to it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe. As always, I will see you next time. It's time for me to have a bomb Friday night before I start my internship. So I will see you guys next time.